Ready? Yeah?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
You are listening to Claret and Blue, an Aston Villa podcast brought to you by Birmingham Live.
Hello and welcome back to episode 10 of the Claret and Blue podcast. We've reached double figures, lads. Congratulations.
Yeah,
we're
flying now.
We're still here. Aston Villa also kind of flying against Brighton with a 1-1 draw. Happy days.
Great points. Brilliant points on the road. Drags Brighton back into it as well. So
Yeah.
solid.
James, welcome to the podcast. Your
Thank
debut.
you. Yeah, 10 episodes in. First
Here
one
he
for
is.
me. Maybe the last, I guess, depending how it goes. I've seen those YouTube comments on the Villa View back in the day. They were brutal, weren't they? Let's see how it goes.
We've just done a video for Ali Samatta, who has still, at the point of recording, not yet signed, but that video may be out before this one, so we're in a weird kind of limbo period at the moment.
Yeah.
James, for people that haven't watched that video yet, or it isn't out yet before this, who are you?
I'm a Reach PLC's Midlands trends writer, part of a team that covers Aston Villa, Stoke City, Blues, Baggies, Wolves, Nottingham Forest, Derby and Coventry City, of course.
Big job, isn't it, all those clubs?
Yeah,
I feel
there's a rota, so we do rotate, but mainly has been Villa, and it's been hectic, as you're all aware.
And you're a Villa man, aren't you?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Exactly, so-
Aston Villa, man. Great bar, born and bred.
That's it then.
Yeah.
What's on your jumper?
It's a Villa shirt.
I told him to get it out, and he's like, "Oh,
I can't be wearing the brogues, right? The chinos and the Villa training top.
Well, you told me when you started, you were like, "Oh, I can't wait to wear trainers in the office. I'm not wearing shoes every day." And here he is, still wearing his brogues. What's all that about, mate? Casual Mondays is what I'm going for. Ash, you were there at the Amex Stadium down in Brighton. Lovely little place, isn't it? Brighton?
Yeah, second time I've been this year. It was in the cup game or something as well. So
Yeah, good shout.
yeah, nice little stadium. The press box is really close to the pitch as well. Compared to other grounds, and you can really hear the players. You can see Smith barking orders.
Yeah.
Really good for insight as well. I mentioned in my piece on Danny Drinkwater, didn't I? He's barking
Yes.
orders. He's blatantly unfit at the moment, which is evident. But at least he's trying. He looks real like a winner. He wants to do more. He's ordering the teammates to do more. He had a go at Gilbert the once as well, saying, "Come on, nail him, nail more pie." And Drinkwater did it himself and got a booking. So. Really good.
I saw him getting a bit of a slating on Twitter for that at the time, which I'm in two minds over it. Like, part of me feels like, oh, it's just sloppy. Like, I'll be a little bit better than that. But then part of me feels like, yeah, like, go on, give him one. Like,
he's getting there. He's getting
there. A bit of nastiness is what Villa haven't had for a while, isn't it?
Smith alluded to that afterwards as well, because Villa were too nice in the first half.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, the centre halves are too casual on the ball. Okay, they had no out ball up there, but they're just dallying on the ball too long. Horse got caught by Connolly a few times. But the Brighton's front three, really, there was 3 live wires, so they was on the toe straight away. But second half, Villa got a bit nastier, which was great to see, and they put Brighton under a bit of pressure, and then Grealish does the rest, doesn't he? So great point to take away from there. Dragged Brighton back into it as well. They could have been out of sight with that one. And we move on to Watford now, looking for a home win. Let's hope anyway.
We'll talk about that goal in a minute. I've not seen much, if any, of the game. James, I know that you've seen it in means that we probably shouldn't talk about, but what did you think of the game watching that? How did you feel?
Tough first half. Proper tough first half. Brighton came right at us, and Maupay was just kind of just driving at us. Connolly making runs in behind, and Brighton probably really. Graham Potter said after the game, probably unlucky not to take a win after that, because they should have buried us in the first half. We came into the second half, we pushed them back a bit. Jack Grealish obviously gets a massive winner, really resounding winner for us. But
a winner?
Yeah,
a winner.
I did it.
It feels like a winner.
It does,
like,
doesn't it?
it genuinely felt like it. The way the fans reacted, it was an explosion. The shot was
absolutely.
The shot was fierce.
Yeah, love that.
Right in, and it did feel like. How did you not celebrate that? Because you can't in the press box, can you? Watford, I was like,
the couple of games I've been to, I've had a little bit.
It's so good as well. Grealish celebrated twice as well. I think he celebrated the once. He did a dodging knee slide, didn't he?
What a knee slide.
And then that was rubbish. And then he put his boot back on, and then turned around again and just like loaded it up again. So I think that goal was up there with the Old Trafford one for me as well.
Yeah.
The strike of it.
That's what I've got to say, man. Like, how did you not just go? Give it some.
I was there with you, wasn't I, for Man United, and I was giving it a little bit, and then I kind of like realised where you are. I probably should sit down again.
I was just taken aback by the goal. To be fair, I was like, again.
I love the photo of him celebrating, and I'll put it on screen if as long as I remember, 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Of him, like, he's just like, his arms are just out. And he's like, yeah,
Again.
and what? Like, look at me, like, you know how good I am. I just love, like, the arrogance of that.
He absolutely loves the goal now.
Oh,
Yeah,
mate.
he does.
Really knows.
5 in 10 now, so.
When we've talked about him in the past, in the Championship, it's, he just needs to add goals to his game and he'll be there. And now he's just
Added 2 minutes.
Scoring for fun, man. Like, Villa's top goal
That's what
scorer.
Smith said after. Smith said
mate,
after.
what a guy.
I was asked about him. I said, what have you done to Grealish then? He goes, I pulled him aside last year and I said, how many goals you got, Jack? He goes, 1. How many assists you got? None. And then, so Smith basically challenged him. You got to get more goals, get it higher up the pitch. You're good enough to do so. I think Grealish took on the challenge by Smithy. I'll score more goals for you then. I think Grealish loves having a challenge in front of him, whether that be England now.
Yeah.
He loves
proving people wrong.
Yeah, and he's such a grafter as well. He even says to the coaches now, how can you make me better? So that's what Smith said on Saturday. So he's always asking them, saying, make me better. What can I do to be better? How can I get in the right places to score goals? And he's just phenomenal, isn't he? It doesn't bear thinking about. Imagine if we didn't have him.
Oh, mate.
We'd be doomed, I think.
I was watching Liverpool last night and, again, I don't want to talk about Jack Grealish leaving too much because I've done it more times than I would like to, but
Yeah.
I think Chamberlain started in midfield for them and was subbed off for Lallana, and I was like, Grealish is better than both of those.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
He would start for Liverpool. Like, Liverpool are the best team in the country, and Jack Grealish walks into that side for me. Like, he could play for anybody in this league.
Yeah.
I'm just so grateful, like, we get to say that he's ours, and the fact that he supports the club as well, and like he is one of us, just elevates it so much.
And his
like,
mission now is to save us from relegation. So
anytime I've seen pictures and videos of him, just love him. Like, how could you just not love the guy? What a player.
Yeah, all the critique is kind of dead now, isn't it? Like,
What-
he doesn't
also-
score enough.
James, yeah.
He's just smashed
The
it.
thing I love as well is how much everyone else hates him. Like, the opposition fans hate him, and then as soon as I start chanting about him, you just know that that's it. Then he's going to do something to prove them wrong. Brighton game, Pepe Reina makes his debut. Great save towards the end of the game.
solid.
Brings a little bit of that kind of Tom Heaton-esque experience that we've obviously lost with him being injured now, and you need that throughout the team, don't you? And obviously in goal, he kind of instills that confidence into his back four. What did you kind of rate him?
Well, yeah.
How did you rate him? Sorry.
Obviously, the sceptics were there because he hasn't played a game since October. He's 37 now. His career's dwindling down a little bit.
Yeah.
And fair play, he's joined Villa for a relegation battle. It says a lot about the man himself. I watched his warm up as well. I made a comment saying, he's quite. He's like an acrobat. He's still very supple in his movements.
Yeah.
And that proved to show at the end with the save there. So, the Villa players afterwards, Mings said afterwards, and Grealish, how good of a character he is. You see his video as well. He's in his show song. It's very good, very very confident
It's
guy.
one of the best I've seen, actually.
I think it is.
In the
Drink was just pouring it. I didn't write that one.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell what song. I had to,
No, man.
I had to go for the lyrics after. I thought, of course it's that song, but like,
Shazam it.
you couldn't tell. Shazam wouldn't have picked that up, mate. Like, no, absolutely not. But
I think
you alluded to hearing Drinkwater on the pitch. I don't know where you were situated, but after Reina makes that save, he doesn't get up and congratulate himself like most keepers would.
Yeah.
He starts like barking orders.
Yeah.
Did you hear anything what he was saying?
No, that was on the pitch, but that says a lot about him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He's only been there a couple of days and he's ready to lay into him. So
It feels like he'd be one of those characters that kind of will go, well, that's my job, mate. Like,
yeah,
I'm here to save goals from going in the net.
Yeah.
That's why you congratulate me for, kind of thing. He kind of looks like that kind of character to come in straight away and be singing and dancing on the tables, like laughing the party when you've literally just signed for the club at that age and you're straight into the first team. That's like that. It feels like we might look back on that signing and go, I hope he was a big part of us.
yeah, it could be
us
a
staying
real
up now.
shrewd signing, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
So really had to book the trend as well, didn't they? Because Ryan has had a clean sheet on debut for the last 6 or 7 clubs. And
I saw your tweet and I was like, oh mate, you've jinxed it.
And the first thing you had to do was pick the ball, and I thought that's just so sad.
Yeah.
Like, what have you done to him?
It wasn't worked though, really. To be fair to Villa, Smith alluded to it as well. It wasn't worked too much, but you had to say contract for that more pod chance at the end. And yeah, I think it could be a little shrewd piece of business, that one.
So obviously as of yet, Samatta hasn't joined. We obviously don't know whether we can play against Watford anyway. We're getting close to the deadline, regardless of anything else. What did you make of the forward line against Brighton? Would you is there any confidence you can take from the way they played if they're to play again against Watford?
Ghazi was the number 9, as Dean Smith likes to call him. He played 2 10s. He's getting all scientific on us now. So he's 2 10s behind the 9, which is El Ghazi was the striker. I asked Mings after. I said, "What's it like having no striker up there?" And he paused because Mings texts the questions in. He said, Nah, listen, El Ghazi did well up there. I mean, the front three worked really hard. And they did what they could. They're not out and out. We ain't got an out and out striker on there, have we?
Yeah.
So Ghazi did his best. And I don't know what you thought, James, when Vasilev come on. He looked much better there because he's a natural striker.
Yeah.
He's picking up positions, isn't he? And he pinned them back and allowed Ghazi and Grealish more room, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vasilev's been highly rated. You see, I follow a lot of American accounts, even the American Wonder Kid accounts, and anytime he comes on, like for a minute, they're like, Vasilev's in. Everyone turned over to this channel. Like he didn't have many touches at all, but when Grealish scored, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see Vasilev in open space just screaming for the ball because he knows if he gets it, he's got a chance to Premier League debut first goal. Grealish buries it anyway, no one cares. But yeah, you can see what he wants to do is kind of spearhead that line, make those runs in and pressure the back. The back four, back three, whatever the other team are playing, which is, it's useful because we're too deep with El Ghazi, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Works hard. I think he's done himself a major credit by taking that role on his own shoulders. But with Vasilev, someone who's kind of a more of a natural forward, you see the difference. So let's see what Samatta brings in. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you think having a striker in now? Wesley's been out since New Year's Day. We had Kodja just running around at Craven Cottage for
jogging
for a bit.
Yeah,
but it's going to make such a difference, isn't it? Stretching the back lines. Oh my God, we're going to get higher up the pitch. I'm excited about that.
All excited, aren't
I know,
we?
yeah.
Genuinely
do you know
buzzing.
why? Because we haven't had a striker for weeks now. I'm thinking.
We said in our video earlier, just that kind of, if whoever it is who's playing up front, if they start to press and then Jack follows the press and then Connor follows the press and then the crowd go, oh my God, we're actually doing something. That just little moment of, oh, we're doing something, we're trying something, we're working hard. That I can picture Villa Park getting a lift and people come to their feet
instead of looking up at it, there's nothing
and
on.
appreciating. Instead of a long ball going up and we go, oh, it's coming back onto us again. So just having, it's so basic, just having a natural striker play up front is going to make a massive difference regardless of whether that striker scores goals. The way we play is going to change again in the next 2 or 3 games or whenever it is. I just can't wait to see that striker now, whether it's Samatta who plays or, there's a question that we'll come on to in a minute. Somebody's asking whether there's any room to play Vasilev and Samatta together. If we're sticking with the 3-5-2 and it's a 2-striker thing rather than a striker with 2 behind, the 9 and the 10s, if it's 2 9s, can we play Vasilev? Can he start games? Is that too much to ask?
I think it is for now. You're asking too much there.
He
chucked him out at Leicester, didn't he, in the first leg?
Yeah.
Which showed Smith brave enough to do so. But yeah, all hope's now pinned on Samatta, doesn't it? What do you know about Samatta, James?
Samagol.
Samagol. Yeah, I think the one thing that stuck out is how much the people in his home nation care about him. There's a genuine care, and like you see on our news account and the Villa one, just loads of Tanzanian fans demanding the signing. It needs to happen. You saw the politician kind of go like,
tell me about that. That was so weird.
So like we wrote the work permit article. Here's what needs to happen for it to work, and obviously I think it's gone through, but there is a panic in those early stages of hang on, the work permit's not going to happen. And I think his following and the politician kind of looked at this and went, okay, this needs to happen, this is massive for Tanzania, so the Tanzanian government need to work with Villa to get this sorted. And I was like, that's pretty cool. Nakamba, you saw how many people love Nakamba in Zimbabwe. I think Tanzania must be at least twice the size of it.
Honestly.
Massive. So 57 million people, and
there's going to be some shirt sales in Tanzania now.
The guy's got an Instagram following like the size of Birmingham, which is just
it is mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. But he's a striker. He likes to play on the front foot, in between the lines, spearheading the attack. So I guess somewhat similar to kind of how Scott Hogan was trying to play it under Dean Smith at Brentford. So what's exciting for me, not just Samatta, but I think a lot of Villa fans were getting kind of unhappy with the way we were trying to play Wesley. It might be a different way with Samatta unless Dean Smith chooses to use him in a different role. But the way I see it is he'll be playing behind, he'll be running in behind and hoping to make Villa more of a dangerous team, a counter-attacking team. There's an actual threat now.
Wesley dropped deep, didn't he? A lot to play with.
Involve Grealish too much, involve El Ghazi, involve Trezeguet.
That might be a lack of confidence thing as well. It's kind of like, I'm not kind of too sure he's someone else.
I think they're totally different players. I think Samatta likes to stretch defences, whereas Wesley likes to drop deep, play and link up.
I wonder if what they would play together like. Obviously, I know we're not going to see it this season.
Be like the Belgian leagues, like
dream team,
top guys.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a kind of hypothetical question for you. I remember, I think, pretty sure you were on the podcast. Obviously, you weren't. We talked about like what's Suso doing was the question that people were asking. Like, Glenn Murray, is that the best we can find, kind of thing. obviously we don't know enough about this guy to go, yeah, he's going to bang in 30 goals in the Premier League. Like, we've not seen him play yet, and we're all getting excited, which is, I'm guilty of as well. If you would could have a choice that we're going for this European route, kind of unproven in the league, take a gamble on 8 million or whatever it is, versus the classic bring Benteke back, bring a Glenn Murray in, which kind of side of the conversation do you fall on with those two? What would you prefer?
I'm a risk taker. I'll gamble.
Maverick.
I'll gamble. Yeah, I think I'd just go. I like the exciting news. No one's heard of him, and then it could fall flat on your face, couldn't it? And now's not the time to be gambling, is there really? Running out of games now. Villa's still in the bottom three.
I suppose
as it stands,
a Benteke or a Murray is a gamble as well.
Well, exactly.
They all are, aren't they? Really.
Smith said Premier League clubs aren't going to let their top strikers go.
Yeah.
In and around you, so forget it. I don't. This Samatta's scored loads of goals, hatful of goals. Yes, he's in the Belgian league, but he's a player who's 27. He's not like young and up and coming, or do you know what I mean? He's in his prime.
Yeah.
His class has been in your prime, innit? He's done it in the Champions League as well. The experienced, tried and tested market isn't a bigger pool as it was. Mm-hmm. Clubs aren't willing to let them go just in case if their number one striker gets injured. They need someone to fall upon, don't they? But I don't know. To be honest.
Which side do you fall on? A classic Premier League, played in the league before, or European unheard of? Which is harsh on Samatta, by the way, just because I've not heard of him, just make him bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, the guys won more than most Villa players, like African Champions League, Ebony Shoe Award, like he's decorated.
I'm disrespecting the guy here.
Tanzania's most influential young person as well.
Yeah,
a few years ago. So he's 27 now. So
you've done your research, yeah, mate. I love it. I'm not used to this prepared style of podcasting.
But like, he's decorated. So I think a lot of Villa fans, you hear the first name, you don't know who he is. Fair enough, but the guy's been around the block and he's won a few things. He's won a trophy I don't think any Villa player ever has won, which is the African Champions League with I'm not even going to pronounce it. It's Congolese team, TP and Zebe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That might be right.
But yeah, like I think Villa, they were linked to Samatta in the summer. They know what he's about. They've done their research. They've brought him in. And what the worry was with Benteke, I think, as much as the emotion we have with him, like, the guy's overvalued.
Yeah,
like.
That's Premier League for you, isn't it?
If I think 10 million was the fee the other day, and Hodgson wasn't even happy with the link in the first place. But CEOs and chairmen will sell players regardless of what the manager thinks. 10 million for Benteke, 100 odd grand of wages for a striker who hasn't been doing that well in the past few years. That's a massive risk in itself. Let alone Samatta. I think what Villa need. Just someone to play up front, someone of a certain quality to play up front.
That's the standard now. Just a striker.
For me, he's a captain as well, isn't he?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Says a lot. Yeah, I think about the character. So, and that's a bonus for me. He's a leader among men, which
is, we've not had that in a forward position either.
No, we haven't, have we? So he's prepared to put everything on the line. So I mean, he's worked hard to get where he is now, like most people, but.
You wrote that big article the other day about him that you spoke to guys that know him.
All the journalists over there really friendly.
A little bit about that.
They're banging on about it. I mean, very quiet bloke. Likes his African music. He's funded a mosque in his neighbourhood. What else about him really? He's just they can't, like James mentioned, they can't speak highly enough of him. He's going to do it. He's a man that never fails. They all call him. His nickname over there is
I love that. Superman.
Exactly.
Yes.
His nickname over there is +255 champion boy, which I find quite funny. 255 is the Tanzanian number, like 0121. But
255 champion.
I hope he has that on the back of his shirt.
Champion boy. So yeah, he can't do no wrong. I think Villa are signing a goal scorer here. Whereas Smith, when he went for Wesley, he thought. We nurture him into one, basically. The potential scary. Look at his physical size and stuff. But they're signing a proven goal scorer here. They're both just comparing the two because obviously he's coming in for Wesley. Mm-hmm. They both had 3 full seasons in Belgium. Wesley scored 33 in 115 in Belgium and Europe, a rating 3 and a bit, and then Samatta's got 48 in 105, a rating 2.
Wow,
so they're signing more of a goal scorer here, whereas. Obviously, Wesley had a lot of developing still to do. So,
and still will hopefully.
Of course, next year, there'll be big hopes on him again. But yeah, I think we need another one in as well. So there's how many days left to the window?
It is
week and a bit.
The 20th of January today.
I'll be working so hard
Friday,
to get another one.
Yeah,
next Friday. Oof. And a lot can happen, can't there? You know what the deadline day is like as well. But just. I mean, I don't know what your quick reactions from managers and clubs are like. So a lot can happen. There's a lot of moving room here. So I think they'll be pushing for another one.
Yeah, 100%.
Speaking of strikers, though, I don't know if you saw it at Brighton, but Maupay kicked off, didn't
Oh,
he?
yeah.
With Konsa.
Yeah.
Oh.
And, like, Konsa's going for him, and he says something, and Maupay turns around so fast. Like, he's on, like, swivels around, and they had to be separated. But
Yeah.
did you...
I reckon it's just a cheeky one of them's. Cheeky one. They played with each other at Brentford, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
I reckon it's a cheeky one saying, back pocket today, Neil. he's like, turned around.
But he was in his... But, like...
Oh, he's little man syndrome.
He had a lot of attempts at goal, and he was a threat.
Yeah.
But Villa dealt with him. Like, you can't say that they didn't.
No,
so
they did.
Angry little
and
man.
he mocked Grealish, and then he did his hair, and
Yeah.
then like he's been clattered by Drinkwater of all people. So not
lad.
the best game for Neil
No.
Maupay,
No.
to be fair.
Yeah, I love stuff like that, though. Just being a little, like what we said a few weeks ago, just be a bit more nasty. Like,
Yeah, got it.
like,
All in together.
bit of respect, obviously, for the opposition. I'm all for that, shaking hands and that. But
If Maupay's not respecting you though, then
yeah,
he
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah.
so-
Obviously, we don't know what's gone on. But if Concer's giving him a little earful in, yeah, why not? Go for it, mate.
I think Douglas
Fill
Villa just
your-
right over
fill
to
your
it as well,
boots.
back in cancer as well. Get off,
Yeah,
man.
Mings
So I
as
like,
well.
like
John
all
Terry
that.
was straight in as well.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah, he loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Loves the scrap.
Rainer's
doesn't
at the
he?
back shouting.
Yeah.
Class.
Yeah, I think that pretty much does it for the Brighton game, doesn't it? I think we've nailed that one, to be fair.
Yeah, great point on the road, and yeah. Well, yeah.
We move on to the next one, another couple of big games, which we'll come on to at the end. Q&A time. So we've asked for questions in basically every episode. And
Just like the weakest link.
yeah.
Need some like backing music.
Yeah.
Do.
Some like tense music. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put that in. Good idea. This is your job's on the line here. And yours. I've got no power here. But
Just had
I'm going to...
baby. Well, not Ash hasn't had the baby himself.
That was a question, actually.
You're gonna
Someone was like,
sack
can we
him?
have a baby update? Which mental. So we've asked for questions in basically every episode, and we kind of cover most topics anyway, but we never kind of go, oh, so-and-so says this. And I kind of feel like we fall into, and podcasts in general can kind of fall into the trap of being a bit kind of self-absorbed if we only to kind of talk about ourselves and our own opinion. So
Yep.
I've asked for questions, and we're kind of drilling this as a bit of a Q&A special. So I'm going to go through my phone and just fire off whatever comes through. There's no structure to this, so bear with us if you can.
Off the cuff, like it.
Yeah, it's my style, man. I did a tweet yesterday for questions, and you did a tweet. So we're going to go through my mentions first, and I'll go through yours. So yeah, structure is well out the window here.
Yeah, people are just going to be asking you about dogs and Ash about serious questions.
Well, yeah, but yeah. So what? What are you saying? So we're going to fly through them. Some will be quick fire. Some will be a bit more in depth. First of all, Villa 2K, Villa K2 says Benteke, yes or no?
James.
I don't know what the question is. Benteke.
So take Benteke.
What
Yes,
it
no,
means
this
is-
is from our mate.
Yeah,
as
what
well.
he's saying is, do you want him?
I want him, not at that price. Like, he'd be good for Villa, but like, if you need someone to just hold the ball up,
Yes or no? Come on.
no.
Oh.
How are you?
Yes.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I'm going to stay on the fence. I'm the host in this situation. I'm
Okay.
on with the spinny chair. I'm not getting involved. Stephen Deacon says, and this is a sad one, I don't really want to talk about it. He says, if we are to go down,
Oh man.
Grealish, Mings, McGinn go for sure, what happens to the rest of the squad? Decimation.
Yeah, but I don't know. It ain't going down, so move on.
Ah, yes,
Oh.
love it. James, what are you thinking?
Same as Ash.
Yes.
Ain't happening, mate.
Ain't happening.
Yes.
Clip that.
Love that.
Yeah,
Get that.
just pull it up in May when we're 20th.
Oh, mate. Mate, there's so many clips we'll take from this podcast if we
God.
go down and we'll just look like
Ain't going
absolute
down.
fools.
Oh dear.
And Neslo79 says, simple question, where is Engels?
He's not wanted. I don't know how I was going to say that. He's just not. He's just.
You said it.
Yeah, he's not needed at the moment. Apparently,
He was ill, wasn't he, at one point?
he was ill
And then
for
he- out
the
out
game. Is that
in-
now?
Before Christmas, I think.
Is that the Watford one? Maybe.
Yes,
The
it was
away.
Watford one.
After
And
Christmas,
he was at Bodymore on Saturday. Left back at base, did some work. Likewise, Jota, who ain't getting a sniffing
yeah.
at the moment. Engels just out of 5 at the moment. Smith prefers Chester on the bench. Well, do you reckon Engels will play in the back 3?
I think he'd be in there ahead of Hortus, yeah.
Did you see that crazy stat about Engels that said he's like the
Yeah.
third fastest player in the
Yeah, I've
Premier
seen
We
that.
talked about that a few
And
weeks
like,
ago.
surely
that has been tracked, so that is like
That's mad, isn't it?
legitimate thing.
I know.
That is mad.
How has that happened?
I know.
You must have to build speed up. It's like Gimli in Lord of the Rings, how he says like,
Never seen it.
"Oh, haven't you?" Says
I'm
it's
not a
like a
nerd.
long distance sprint. You build the speed up.
Who was it that ruined him? Was it Shane Long? He's running in
Yeah, I
treacle.
think so. That's weird, isn't it?
That might be his last game, to be fair.
It must be like a stat that's so specific of like over 2 yards.
I think he was quick as well, so
it's a burst of
Leicester.
pace
He was
thing.
up there as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's like the list.
Centre
Matt
half.
spoke about it, didn't he, on
Yeah.
one, so you weren't listening to that podcast, so we've already done this, mate. Like people like Vardy or whatever, like people that you know to be fast weren't in this list, so I don't know. It's very strange.
I think it's like GPS data, so I don't know. It might have just like picked up someone else who's blazing past him.
Yeah. Having watched the game, having watched his games, I wouldn't think, yeah, he's pacey. So
It's like 26 kilometres an hour.
It's not
It's
slow,
just
but,
crazy.
I know.
It's not right.
strange on that. So Engels, I think, would be in the team if he was fully fit. I think he's a better player than Courtney House.
Well, what do you do then? You put, I think Smith
Mings.
likes Mings centrally. Smith's quite.
But if he is pacey, he can play on the outside of the back three, can't he? According to the stats, you can have Mings in the
stats,
middle.
yeah. But Smith likes it all regimented back there. So it's either Konsa or Engels then.
I mean, is Courtney Hall's quick?
But you want his left-footed, so you want him on the
true.
left.
Yeah, good point.
And
You've
Mings,
done me there.
Mings can look at both of them.
Exactly.
Like, and manage them like he does.
Yeah.
And manage the defensive move. If he's on the left, he's going to be getting forward and looking back and the line's broken.
Exactly.
Is Engels a better player than Konsa then?
Not at the moment.
I'd say fairly equal.
They are, yeah.
So it's Konsa's shirt to lose, isn't
yeah,
it? If he's
Konsa's
in?
been having a few good games and like
Yeah.
he's winding people. He's but that's good enough for me to get
same.
continue.
Same.
Chris says, where can I get one of those mugs? Yeah, if you ask-
I like his question. I'm going to give him one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like his directness.
So you can deal with that then.
Go and
Yeah.
deliver it in person.
Yeah, you can deal with the postage of that.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I mentioned a few weeks ago about giving a mug to the best iTunes review, and I've still not picked one yet. So I am going to get that.
Failed,
Right.
yeah.
I am going to sort that at one point. So whoever that is, it's also, you know, when we did the dog thing.
Yeah.
You here for that? You
No, I won't.
I said the best dog pun will get a mug, and I've messaged the guy saying, "Oh yeah, I really like your one," and that was like 2 weeks ago. And again, sorry if you're listening, I've not sorted it. Helen Highwater says, "Is Indiana ready for a Premiership start? Could he partner Samatta once he signs?" We've just talked about this, so James, you can take it.
You might as well just stick him on up front at this point. If Samatta's going to come in, why not? Just start him. It's only going to be like 1 or 2 games.
Yeah.
What's the harm?
Yeah, fair.
Well, he was decent enough against Brighton. I
We-
mean,
it
it's a
changed the way we
different
played,
game
isn't it?
state. Villa's start game's so slow, so coming in, leading the line.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. We don't stop
And-
playing when we're 1-0 down.
But then, is Vasilev enough to kind of influence that game? How
No.
Villa approach
Would
games?
you throw him in against Watford?
If Samatta isn't ready,
Yeah, I
surely
guess-
you have
I
to.
Who comes
guess-
out? Trezeguet or El Ghazi?
Oh, that's so hard. That's
Trezeguet,
difficult
I
now.
would say.
I think
Just
put
saying-
El Ghazi out wide. Trezeguet drops to the bench.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
I think
I
you
like-
keep
I like
the
that
system the
thinking.
same.
It's difficult.
I think you play El Ghazi and Vasilev off each other.
Huge stakes, isn't it, at Watford? Massive game.
Yeah.
Relegation fight.
Got to win, man.
Uh,
Well, you've got to not lose.
I think we'll go, if Samatta's not on, I think we'll go with the same front three as we've been going with because it's the senior front three.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Vasilev will probably feature. Whether it's a start, I don't think so.
But-
So
come on and get the winner.
Come
Yeah.
back to the questions. Those next 2 games, Watford and Bournemouth. What's the points total that you think is acceptable out of those 2?
Aim for 4.
Yeah.
Be nice, wouldn't it?
I think if you're going to win, you have to win one. I think you have to beat Bournemouth. Just
Yeah.
because Watford have climbed out of it
They're
a bit
on the
now,
up.
you've got to beat
Yeah.
Bournemouth now.
Yeah.
Watford's
That's
league
massive.
position is such a lie because they're genuinely so much better
Yeah.
Yeah.
than where they are, and they're going to be so clear of this relegation zone pretty soon.
Yeah.
So it's at home, so you want to win, but I'll take a draw against Watford if it means we beat Bournemouth away.
Yes, I agree, but I think really
You
you've
want
got to be
6.
you've got to be winning both. Really, Matt C says, which sides do you think we can realistically finish above?
Ash, I'm sending that.
Oh, God.
Norwich and Bournemouth
Norwich,
are 2, I think, will
yeah,
be in
of
the bottom
course.
3.
Who else is down there? You got West Ham still in the mire a bit. Burnley result yesterday. That was
It's annoying, isn't it?
Got to be like
It's annoying one, isn't
Brighton-ish.
Was that Chelsea?
Burnley beat Leicester yesterday.
Oh,
on
Leicester,
Sunday.
of course. it is.
Newcastle beat Chelsea.
Yeah, that's
so,
the one.
Yeah.
Oh, Chelsea have lost to so many teams around us except us. Like
Lampard's not doing us any
Lampard,
favours
yeah.
after that final.
He
is
hates
he?
us now. Lampard does. He's like, oh yeah, this will hurt Villa. Go for it.
Can't believe Southampton as well. They're 13th now.
Yeah, I know, it's
They were
mad,
doomed
isn't
at
it?
one stage and
I
then
know.
battered us, didn't they? And
All
look
changes so
back of that.
quickly. I think. Who did you say is at the bottom? West Ham. Oh,
What? So
Burnley.
yeah, Brighton are still. We dragged Brighton back into it.
Brighton,
Burnley
yeah.
have gone up to 27 points now. They're 5 ahead of us. So
I mean, so much rides on the Samatta deal, doesn't it? Really, if he comes in and scores 9 or 10, is that too much to ask? How many games have we left? I mean, that's a lot, isn't it? Really, 9 or 10.
5, 7.
Yeah, if he scores 7 or 8, so
Yeah.
that's and
15 games left.
yeah, so 1 in 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 10 was ambitious. I forgot.
Smith is
there's
aimed
15.
he aimed for 6 wins. He wants 6 wins out of.
or 5 wins and 3 draws.
Yeah.
Which, again, we said a few weeks ago, like that doesn't sound impossible to get 6 wins out of.
I think if you can give
15.
one of those top 6 teams the hiding at Villa Park,
Thing is, that's
they're
what,
due one.
that's what we've not done, isn't it? We've not got that surprise result that Newcastle get and Burnley got yesterday. We've not done that yet.
We've got Mourinho coming.
By law,
he likes Villa Park, doesn't he?
by law of averages, you would expect us to throw. There'll be a fixture in there that will win that you don't expect. Just surely that's bound to happen at some point.
I'd like to think so.
That we'll play a, I don't know, Man United at
So
Villa Park
tight
and
game
beat them
there.
or something.
God. But yeah.
One team is going to have to go down. If Villa stay up, one team will have to go down. That would feel very hard done by.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
No,
but
of
like
course.
if it's like West Ham,
Oh yeah. Yeah, whatever. Who cares, man? As long as it's not Villa, I don't care. Mark Wood says, I love this question. It's just stupid. Would you rather have to buy one horse-sized half and half scarf or 100 duck-sized half and half scarves?
I have to repeat that.
So
one massive half and half scarf the size of a horse,
Yeah.
or 100 little duck scarves.
Would I prefer?
Which one would you rather buy?
The duck ones are easier to burn.
Yeah. Yeah. I like, yeah.
But the quantity that you've got to carry
Yeah,
more.
and like that's not like environmentally friendly.
No,
It's
it's
just burning them.
I would say the correct answer to that is neither, because no one should ever buy a half and half scarf.
Agreed.
I will step in here because I did buy a half and half scarf once.
Oh,
Did ya?
So
get
this
out.
was Villa versus CSKA Moscow.
That's fair enough.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's a
Last time was in Europe.
yeah, that's the last European game,
I don't-
knockout game at Villa Park.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So-
I'm not sure a half and half scarf is ever acceptable. That's my
I'll bring
opinion.
mine in for you, and you'll look at it and you're like, "That's a decent scarf, that is."
I won't. I won't. Did you see the one? Was it for Leicester in the cup?
No, there's a Blues one, which is Blues in
that's the one.
Coventry,
Yeah.
and the
Oh,
Blues are
God.
selling
Yes.
themselves, which is
That is
shocking,
insane.
that is.
Wasn't it like
Yeah.
14
that
quid
is
or
something
as
that Villa would do, though. I feel, yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. Dino says, not Dean Smith, because that'd be weird. He says, why is it we can't put a full shift in? To be fair, he's probably asking the
That
same
is Dean
question.
Smith. That is, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm happy with the result, but it's frustrating knowing we have that in us, but don't deliver that effort and commitment each match.
Yeah, that's Dean Smith, because Ash asked him, like, what's
check
up
his
with the
profile.
first half? He's like, oh, we're not aggressive enough. He's just going, now I'll ask Ash
Yeah.
the question.
Basically.
And definitely not. What do you think then? Why is that? It is frustrating.
It's just,
I agree.
This is how football matches work. Teams don't. There's like 2 teams in the league that play a full 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Man City and Liverpool, and that's just complete mentality.
Yeah.
Villa are up against it. They're not going to be able to put. It's going to be a tough ask to get a good 60 minutes out of them, and we need to start turning it around now. And Dean Smith said we're not aggressive enough. When he's asked, he's like, "I'll ask the players." So genuinely don't know.
It's tough, isn't it, to play at that level for 90 minutes, the level you require. It's hard to be on it every minute of every game. It's hard.
Especially when you're not doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
You got to give the other team has a chance as well. Like Villa can't
Yeah.
just go into the game and go, "Oh, 90 minutes."
if we try
play
and
them
win.
off." The momentum switches. So for Villa, we've just got to take advantage of the time they get when they're on top.
I think
which
it's-
they aren't.
I think it's.
And they did that at Brighton, didn't
Yeah,
they? It was
yeah,
on
to be
top
fair.
and then Grealish pops up.
I think
So-
it's less that it's we can't put a full shift in generally. It's that we don't seem to start putting a shift in until we have to. Like, why can't we
Yeah,
start
no.
a game like
Yeah.
that?
Seems
That's
like
the
belief,
annoying
doesn't
thing.
it? Yeah, belief. Just having the belief again.
It's almost
It's like
like
the other team aren't fighting against Villa. It's like Villa always have to fight against the other team, which is
Yeah.
the painful thing.
Yeah.
So if you go 1-0 down and then you go like, oh my god, this is panic station, then you start performing. Like, you kind of need to be in that mentality. 0-0 the kick-off is panic stations. We're in a relegation scrap. Play like that
But
from the beginning.
You see
That's
at
what's
Liverpool
annoying.
how much mentality matters, because they're called like nicknamed the mentality monsters. They're never out of a game, and
Yeah.
that's.
Yeah.
I don't know what there is a massive structural background difference between Villa and Liverpool, but there must be something the people that Villa can do to make these players believe in themselves, because that's what matters. Is like Liverpool never gave up, and Villa nicked a win from Villa.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's mentality.
Yeah, fair. Big Nick says, did the second half performance and changes give us any indication as to how we should set up formation, players, etc. for the rest of the season?
I think. Can you see?
Chucking on Vasilev and
Yeah, because Smith
going
will
more
play
direct.
3 at the back for now going forward. I think he will, won't
I
he?
hope so.
The same, yeah.
I think so.
It took him a while, didn't it? All the
Yeah, I think he's waiting for Mings, wasn't he, really? Get Mings back in there before you can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think he wanted Engels or Chester, who've just been come
Exactly.
back from injury,
Yeah.
to be the man. Mings is the man.
We looked
so.
at it going, it makes a lot of sense for us to play 3 at the back here, and then Tyrone Mings is back from injury. It's like, oh, here you go, 3 at the back then. So I think he was probably waiting for that to happen.
Yep.
to take much from the second half performance, I'm not sure, because obviously the Samatta thing and any other business we do in the next 10 days changes that.
We haven't seen the best. I'm absolutely certain we haven't seen the best of him.
No. If we have, I'm terrified.
But I will say Louise came on hell of a pass.
Oh, mate, that was just... I can't believe I forgot to mention
absolute highlight reel of a pass. So.
What a ball, man. What a ball. Also, the little run from Vasilev to kind of drag him away. To 2 foot.
And then he goes
defender.
back into the box and screams for the ball back, and just does all the work for him.
Again, just that little moment of there's someone in the right place to make that run, kind of... The defender obviously spots his run, but then can't get back in time because Jack's behind him as well. And that split second, the ball gets through, which is a delightful pass from Louise. Slight touch of the right foot, and then just like smashes it with his left. It was one of the unexpected. Like the keeper was absolutely not expecting him to shoot there on his left foot. Oh mate, what a goal!
Louise,
that's up there. Well. One of the best goals this season, I think.
It's about him as well. He's such an enigma, isn't he? He's scored great goals, and some games he can be too casual.
Yeah. But he's got ability. Clearly.
He's got ability now. That pass on Saturday.
He tweeted Grealish after it. It's like the way it translates is not right. It's like try it and hold me or something. The way it translates.
Nice. what they get up to afterwards is up to them. Lob says, when do you think Villa will catch a break? We've had so much bad luck with results and injuries. And the answer to that is never.
Brighton seemed a bit of a break. They were on top of us that first half, and they could have had more. They had a late chance as well. It forced to Webster, and he just can't get his feet down. And that's an almost certain goal if he gets it in 87 odd minutes. I feel like Brighton, it might not be the break we wanted, 3 points, but to go there and not lose and fight back and grab a point, that feels like a break to me. I don't know.
First time this year we fought back on the road as well. It's little glimpses like that, isn't it? You take a lot from to get a point. So it could be a turning point. You don't know.
Macavilla says, where is Scott Hogan? Surely we can't do any worse.
And I was covering Stoke stuff last night, and there's absolutely no mention of him anywhere. So, like,
someone asked that a few weeks ago, didn't we? I think somebody said like, why don't we bring him back off loan? And I was kind of like, I forgot he was out on loan, so that probably tells you what you need to know.
On him as well.
Have we not?
No, we have.
Oh, we have.
That says a bad amount.
The fact that Smith won't play Codger when we need a striker and won't recall a striker.
We need to go strikerless for a couple of weeks. So he's bringing Hogan back.
It's not. I think
not great.
I think Hogan's time.
I think he was last played for Stoke in that under 23s match.
He was playing at one stage. He was on a bit of a spell.
I think under Nathan Jones,
he
had a bit of a chance because it was just a bit more Brentford free flowing. Under Michael O'Neill, I think they don't want him there.
No.
Noel Gregory says, Samatta is here. Why don't you announce him? So Samatta announced. There you go. He's signed. He definitely hasn't. Andrew Southall said, not yet. Andrew Southall says, how many points do Villa need to stay up, and where will those points come from? Now, I'm not going to go specific games because I haven't got the fixture list. I can't be bothered. But what do you think the point total is?
What is it usually?
We looked. I think it's
38.
Yeah, it's not 40.
It's less than that. It's like 36
to 38. But I think this season
might be a bit more.
I think
I think it'll push 40.
I think so.
I'm not quite sure we're going to get that many. What are we on now? Oh, God. Fill for me, James. Fill for
22.
me. 22.
22. So 23 games.
18 points from 15 is what we're after.
So that's pick up 3 wins, though, that just improves your situation. So that puts the worries on other teams. Because Villa's the big worry. It's like in that bottom 3. I think Norwich are kind of preparing already.
Yeah,
Bournemouth
are probably down.
Noticed what's going on. Villa are really trying to get out of this situation. 3 wins out of any games now. That changes that situation massively.
Everyone else just seems to be picking up mad results, though, don't they? And that's the worrying thing.
It all comes down to we've got our fixtures against Soldier Around, haven't we? We've got Watford Tuesday, we've got Bournemouth, Southampton away coming up.
Yeah.
They're the games
at some point as well, I think.
They're the games. So
we played Norwich last day as well. No.
West Ham,
We played Norwich.
We played them twice, mate. We played them really quick, close, yeah.
Who was I thinking of? I don't know. Who cares? That's my knowledge there, summed up in the podcast. With our new system, who gets dropped when Super John McGinn is fit?
Oh man, I forgot about him.
Everybody. John McGinn comes straight in. I don't care who gets dropped.
Left back, centre back.
Play him anyway.
Midfield striker.
The moment he is fit and ready to go, he is straight in that team for whoever.
Yeah.
I don't care what's going on.
They might feel obliged to play Drinkwater because they brought him in to be a leader,
Drinkwater
but alongside McGinn.
This is Matt again. He sent me a question and he sent you a question. He's loving it. Hope he's listening. He says, are we still expecting another striker as well as Samatta, and is there any truth in the rumours about Giroud resurfacing?
Yes, we are in for another striker. Yes, we are in for another striker. I think that the second one will go right up to deadline day. I think more chance of business being done then. Cut price deal.
Alone, do you think?
We'll see. I think
Drew
so.
needs to be a transfer.
Yeah, not for
Drew's
Drew. I'm just
transfer,
talking
isn't it?
generally.
Yeah, whichever comes available. I think, no deadline day. It's mad, isn't it? People come available all of a sudden. So I think
Yeah.
it'll be a really late one. As for names, we had that guy from Amiens in Ligue 1 linked yesterday. Striker. Let's Google his name quick. I have links all the time. He's
Yeah, it
one that
doesn't stop, does it?
may be happening. The quotes last week from Hodgson and Rogers were quite damning, weren't they? With the Slimani and Benteke links as well. That doesn't really read very well. There could be Slimani, could still happen though. It depends on the Monaco stance. They're willing to let him go. They've got Ben Yedder and a couple of others maybe. They might say, okay, you can go back. Because there is general interest here from Villa. They want to take him. Roger said it was difficult to do that, but so there's less than 2 weeks to go now. We'll see. I can't see Benteke happening.
Nah,
James mentioned it's got Hodgson will want to.
I mean, Hodgson's line was great.
Oh,
He's
God,
like,
brilliant.
One of our
would be
best
funny
players.
though
Like, he's not
is,
though.
like we mentioned how clubs work, is they'll sell him anyway. Like they genuinely won't.
Yeah, I know.
Like if an offer comes in from Benteke, Crystal Palace will sell him.
I mean, they're not going to want to loan him to us
No.
because we're a potential relegation rival if they have a slump in form. I obviously understand that. But him kind of going on, it's as absurd as Zaha to buy him. He's one of our best players. If somebody comes in with 15 mil, Bournemouth come in 15
If
mil
someone
or
comes in
something.
with 10,
Yeah.
like the bite you hand off for 10.
He's straight out the door. Like,
Yeah.
come on, Roy.
Exactly.
Give it a rest. Adrian says, are you getting much sleep as a new dad?
Not really, no. Nah, struggling, man.
Not getting much sleep as a Villa fan.
Nah, I'm not.
I know, I'm not getting much sleep myself, to be honest.
Yeah, first week back last week, I found it tough.
I saw a comment on the last podcast like, Ash barely said a word that podcast. He looks so
I've got
tired.
an
I was
admission
like,
to make there, though, to be fair.
Go on.
I was at Man City game, last day of paternity leave.
I was a fan, you were there.
I was a fan. I was in the
Okay.
gas lamp lounge.
I know what's coming.
And I just had a few too many to drink, to be honest. So I was coming to work last Monday, a bit hungover.
Just a lack of professionalism, mate.
So I just stayed quiet here. I let Matt and you do the talking. So apologies to the listeners last week. I hope I'm a bit more chirpy this week.
Yes, very much so.
so,
To
yeah.
be fair, during the recording, I'd not noticed, really.
Didn't you?
Because we were just having a chat, aren't we?
I'm a
And
master of that now, so
just
nah.
You got away with it for me, mate.
But yeah, no sleep with it, having the baby lot. So
How is the little one doing, by the
yeah,
way?
well, just
Good.
it's keeping me up, man. I'm half asleep here, but yeah, loving it, mate. It is good.
Samatta's joined. No, I'm joking. In Jack's interview after the Brighton game, he said that having Pepe Reina was good as it brought experience to the dressing room. With that in mind, were the management too eager to get rid of some of the older heads in the summer?
Older heads, are you saying there?
Like Wheeler.
Whelan,
Yeah.
Hutton.
I had this discussion with the press lads on Saturday. Given like Villa's shortage in midfield, would Bjarnason get in this team now?
No.
No. That's what they're saying. Like Drinkwater's unfit, and could Bjarnason do a job? But as for the old boys, they wouldn't hack it in the Premier League. Would they? Imagine Jedinak against someone like Varda or someone like that. You just wouldn't be thinking about it.
Yeah, I think it's just probably a worry about the leadership more than
That's it.
100%, yeah.
the on-pitch abilities. But Glenn Wheeler, I don't know if you saw, but like the new Hearts manager came in and made an example of him.
Yeah.
They sacked him for the admin stuff.
Brutal, mate.
He does not deserve that. That is so sad.
Wheeler.
The thing is, like, to me, it's almost the kind of mentality of if we'd sign them in the summer that I would. I mean, I know the club shouldn't make decisions based on the fan reaction, but if we spend 100 million in the summer and we're like, yes, we're going to go for a positive season in the Premier League. Oh, here's a new deal for Alan Hutton and Glenn Whelan, by the way.
Yeah.
Most people would have gone, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. So
Yeah.
I think at the time it was the right decision. I still think it's the right decision.
Of course
I
it is.
understand the lack of leadership and stuff like that and characters in the dressing room, but that's on.
So that's on Heaton for.
But that's not on the loss of Jedinak and all these guys. It's on the
That's on
guys
the
there
incoming,
now
yeah.
to start.
Of course, yeah.
Someone like I'm not saying that McGeehan isn't a leader, but it's these guys that are in the dressing room who are playing and starting and who we look up to. You've got to take that mantle now, and you've got to be the leader of this team. It's on them to kind of fill that gap in the dressing room.
Completely new Villa team, isn't
You
it?
can't just have
exactly.
the same bodies
Yeah.
in that team forever. Like it has to like evolve, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like you have to go. Glenn Whelan has to leave. Danny Drinkwater comes in,
And he's
maybe
barking
it's-
orders
yeah.
as well, from what you're
Yeah.
saying. So those players need to come in and
A bit
step
more than
up
orders. That was
on
like an assault on a
God.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
On that theme, CB82 says, if you could add one former player to the current squad, who would it be?
Like is that Any former player,
Well, let's keep it realistic. Like,
who's still playing.
I'd like Andy Gray up front, but it's not going to happen, is it? Yeah, maybe not one of those guys that left last year, but like a recent-ish former player. If we could bring them back on loan or whatever, who is that?
The obvious one's like Benteke.
I was going to say
Tammy.
I don't know.
If you could kind of pick anyone,
Tammy would be a good one.
Ashley Young on a through.
I'd be inclined Ashley Young or James Milner.
Oh, James Milner's a shout.
Yeah, because instead of Drinkwater, you'd have in that hypothetical situation, Milner.
Milner and McGinn. The legs in that midfield. What about you?
Salifu? Nah, joking. I don't know. Benteke in his pomp, what a striker he was.
Oh, yeah.
Crying out for him, but he's
2013, 2014 Benteke.
Would you go for Downing on is that Blackburn? No.
Definitely not.
Started that Football Manager save, and he's on the wing, and he's just demanding to play all the time. I'm like, mate, 34 on 60 grand.
Helen Highwater again. Second question from Helen. Big fan of the show. She said, should Drinkwater be starting given his lack of match fitness? He's obviously had talent, but do we have the time for him to come in and kind of get up to speed?
Great question, and it's the question everyone's asking. He looked short as the game went on Saturday at Brighton, hence Smith making the change. So I noticed his shirt was like a dark purple. The sweat was pumping off him. It was like a Petrov-esque shirt. So all the other lads are like nothing on him. So he's clearly working hard and getting back up to fitness. But I've really got time. That's why Smith put him in against Man City straight away.
Yeah. Is there any kind of has to play to fulfil the loan kind of thing going on? Or do we not know?
I don't envisage so. No, I don't think so. Because he didn't play at Burnley, did he? So I can't see Lampard demanding he's got to play. It's more on Drinkwater's case. And it says a lot about the likes of your Lansburys and that who's sitting on the bench who are fit, and he's come straight ahead of them.
Yeah, fair.
So I think the writing's on the wall for the likes of them. Let's see what he's not fit, is he yet? So let's see. There's a player there, isn't there?
Yeah, I think we're too quick to judge. It's going to be a couple of weeks before we see if he's got the ability to come in. And
I think for me, it's just not a short-term fix. It just plugs the McGinn hole, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that's all it is. It comes in for McGinn.
James, what are the positives from Drinkwater so far? And there's like 4 question marks as if he's saying there's no positives. Give me some.
Yeah. The leadership is the main one. It's just giving those orders out. The potential he has to kind of replicate what he did at Leicester, which is being an on-the-pitch leader, off-the-pitch leader, and a good passer of the ball over the top to a fast striker. Samatta could be our Vardy, I guess, in that if we're comparing those roles.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it's really early doors. Like the guy isn't fit, and he's trying incredibly hard on the pitch. He should have been sent off against Brighton. He clattered Aaron Moore. And he clattered Neil Maupay. And that is...
It's funny, but...
You get the caution, and that's like, don't do it again because you're getting sent off, and he does it again. Very very lucky to stay on. But the aggression's there. He's getting up to speed. I've liked what I've seen. In bits... Man City was a horrible game for him, but it was always going to be.
Yeah.
But much better against Brighton. So there has been an improvement.
Yeah, I would say that's probably maybe a frustration... Obviously with the team, but also with himself. He's probably annoyed that he's not fit enough.
Yeah, he looks like that.
Like if you're a professional footballer and you are struggling to run around at your job, like that's got to
and the heights he's reached before as well.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I can understand that. Final question from The Face, which is very mysterious. Says, what's the latest with Jared Bowen? Heard Newcastle in for him and Hull want 20 million or whatever.
I just think it's too much money.
Any move?
I think they've looked at him. His goals record is banging him in there.
I know you rate him. We'll come on to that.
Very good.
Yeah. It's I think 49 goals in the last 2 seasons.
Really?
Scary, isn't it?
49?
For an average Hull side as well.
Wow.
Yeah, for he's.
Are you sure about that?
Wow,
that's mad.
Yeah.
He might be 39, but even then, I'll give the 10 difference.
Give you 29 over 2 seasons.
Yeah,
but,
scored a couple against Villa, hasn't he, as well?
Yeah, I think when you play,
is he a Villa lad?
I've heard rumours. He's from Hereford, isn't he?
His dad's a Villa lad, and he's very clear that he's not a Villa. It's just his dad, and everyone makes a link. But I think how could you? I support my dad's club. But
a lot of people don't.
These people got links to Hereford as well, so they must know each other.
Yeah,
or know of each other.
It's a really good. I bet Villa. I'm pretty sure Villa would have asked. Because I think there was a report that Leeds went, can we have him on loan and we'll pay you at the end of the season.
Wow.
So like that deal is obviously
classic Leeds.
That's available to Villa. That option would be available to Villa. The Hull aren't taking that because it's the Alum ownership. They want the biggest bang for the buck they can get, and that would involve Bowen signing a new contract, forfeiting a move this month, and going in the summer.
Exactly.
Because he's just a quality player. Whether he can do it in the Premier League, there's always a question about these players who bang them in the Championship and don't do it in the Premier League for whatever reason. Yeah. But Bowen's class.
He's good age as well, isn't he? 22, 23?
Yeah, he's very young.
Mad.
Yeah, like when Grealish was in the league, like I think a lot of people overlooked Bowen, who is just he's a killer.
Yeah, he's one of those players that if we stay up this year, or when we stay up this year, I should say, that you should be going for someone like him in the summer for 20, 25, 30 million, whatever.
Yeah, it should be one of the first names through the door, I think.
Yeah. So that concludes the Q&A session, which was good, actually. I don't know why we don't answer questions more often.
Oh, yeah. Great questions.
I ask for them every week, and I always just look over it. We usually kind of cover most topics that people ask for now, but it's nice to kind of give people their
wide ranging ones as well.
Oh, good, yeah. So, Watford on Tuesday, tomorrow, midweek game. Obviously, we're playing midweek again next week, so it's all getting a little bit hectic. How do you two kind of preview this game? Is it a must win, or are you taking a draw? I know we've kind of talked about it a bit, but
for me, it's important not to lose these games. I know it's a bit negative. It's been nice you got to win your own games, haven't you?
Yeah.
But given Watford's form at the moment, they're playing really well. They should have beat Tottenham at the weekend, and I mean, I don't know what their form at the moment. They're just
Watford.
It's scary.
Like they've won every game for the last three or four at least.
They use it Vicarage Road, wouldn't you? I mean,
it's a terrible day.
It's only 3 weeks. Yeah, that was.
It feels like years ago. It's just really aged that day.
Yeah. Just on top of Villa from the off, was that?
Yeah, I know there's loads of people sitting around me who are kind of writing deep stories with the expectation that Villa could win. They can release a story. Just loads of work was ruined that day. I'll tell you now. Loads of work was ruined that day. Horrible game. Troy Deeney, he's bored against scoring. He used to love it. Now he's bored against scoring against Villa.
Yeah,
he really winds me up, Troy Deeney.
He's a banker for tomorrow.
He really is. He really is.
Like that's what Villa really need, is that just presence. That real leader up front. And Grealish is quality for what he does. But like, Troy Deeney's a handful mentally and physically. Yeah. And Villa fans are like, I wouldn't say we're scared of him, but it's just you don't want him to score.
I am a little bit scared.
Yeah. But I don't want to put that on all Villa fans because there's someone disliking because of the Blues connection.
Yeah, but he scores goals, mate. He scores goals, and he always scores.
His interviews are great as well. He's always good for an interview.
He said the other day, didn't he miss the penalty? He's like, I'm not apologising for it.
Exactly.
Why should he? He didn't miss it on purpose.
Pressure's on my mum. He's got 3 jobs and stuff like that. I love it.
People said like, why is he not paying for his mom? But I think he was referring to the
of course. Yeah. I don't think she's doing that now.
Yeah.
I feel like he's kind of a bit of a pantomime villain, really. Like
of course he is.
You love to hate him, but really, I think he's a decent bloke.
It's just like your Vardy and your Giroud. It's like the person who scores and will take them
goals. It annoys you, of course it does.
Like, people forgot about Giroud. Like when he scored against us when we was going down, he held up 4 fingers for the amount of points we had.
That's harsh, man.
Yeah. What a guy. Get him in.
Get him.
Need a bit of that. So it's difficult to kind of... the team's going to be the same, isn't it, I think? I mean, it's 5-12, so unless Samatta was just about to sign, he's not going to play tomorrow.
The signing could be done. It's just the announcement, really. Like, you don't know when that signing has been finalised. Like, it could have been backdated for all we know, but we'll see. I guess we have to wait and see until that lineup comes out.
So Dean Smith spoke about his log in his press conference shortly.
Is that today?
Yeah.
I've noticed that he's a bit, I would say, flexible with the truth. Like, no, it's not controversial. I think
Grealish was only out for a couple of weeks, and then he was out for a while.
Keenan Davis
just a few more weeks.
Davis is back against Southampton. Then he's back this Sunday. It's like 4 games down the road.
Yeah.
But there's one time he said Matt Targett's injured, and there's a picture of him in training.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that. Taking it from that.
It's a difficult game, isn't it? It's just because they're in good form. The Troy Deeney effect. You just know. If you're a betting man, you'd put money on him.
Do you reckon the atmosphere's going to be like tomorrow?
I hope it's one of the best of the season.
Once it's rocking, the teams can crumble, can't they?
Like I said before, if whoever's playing up front is pressing hard from minute 1, we should be straight up on our feet and appreciating the effort. We talked about. You were in the podcast, but you didn't talk about it. So the atmosphere at Man City when it goes to 5-0 down, but they pick up in the last 5 minutes. Like, we need that from minute 1.
It was bad in the first half against Man City because I think Villa fans just knew what to expect.
You can't think too much of it.
Backing the team, and there was like a lot of irony in that backing, but you need to look more at the Everton atmosphere, because I think that's the only time I've been in the whole end of my ear. Do you know when the sound splits because it's that loud, like tears?
Yeah.
That's the only time it's ever been like that for me in like how many years have been a season to get older. Like Everton, like it almost lifted the stadium off the ground.
That's
it
what
needs
we need.
to be, and like it is that day. It's Tuesday. It's midweek. It's under the lights. It is the potential is there for that atmosphere. It's not like turning up on a Saturday for the routine. This is a midweek big fixture,
And we can't start like the way we did against Brighton, can we?
Yeah,
The home side,
you've got to be on it.
Got
now.
to press them, put them under pressure.
Like I remember when we talked about that 5-game run in December on one of the early episodes of how many points do we need by January 1st or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're going, we need 6 wins from 23 games, whatever. Those games are running out now, aren't they? Like we're getting near. I'm still not. I'm obviously concerned, but we're not going down just yet. We're not going down at all.
Yeah.
But we're running out of games to. If we need 6 wins, we need them now. We're running out of time. We need to start winning, so we need to be on it from minute 1. Otherwise, if Troy Deeney scores a goal just for half time and it's 1-0, everyone is a little bit scared then. And
if it happens in the first minute, I mean,
mate, just don't even.
The football game starts from minute second 1.
Exactly.
Like, anything can happen. Like if they've got, I think what we all have to remember is the team needs our support as much as it needs to perform for us.
Can we ever just have like a comfortable game? Like, can we be like 3-0 up after 10 minutes and just like,
the game's never going to be. If you want the atmosphere that we demand, the game can't be comfortable. Like
I'd take a comfortable game over atmosphere.
But if you need the atmosphere to win, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like, if you want your 3-0, I guess, I don't know. The atmosphere has to come from a point of frustration. Like Brendan Rodgers said against Leicester versus Villa, like you have to suffer.
Yeah.
Like, you have to go through these nerves if you want if you want a League Cup final, you have to suffer through one bad semi-final first leg, then a good second leg.
Yeah.
So if you want Villa to win, you have to suffer those nerves.
I suppose if you're looking at 4 points from the next 2, Watford and Bournemouth, if you could pick how you get those, you would draw to Watford and beat Bournemouth, wouldn't you? For league positions.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's better that Bournemouth get nothing than they get a point against us, and Watford. Disagree?
It's all. Yeah,
Don't care. 4 points, isn't it?
Yeah, just take
the
I think you
points
have to
over
look
your
at. I don't care about other teams winning games. You have to focus on Villa's points total.
Yeah,
but I know it affects the bar for Villa, but like I don't care about Bournemouth winning.
No,
I know, but you take 2 points off Bournemouth, don't you?
Yeah, I get the
Rather
6
than
pointer
giving
kind
it
of
to
thing,
them.
but the games are just nothing for me now. The opposition is just meaningless. I mean, against Bournemouth at the start of the season, that was like take the points off them straight away, and we bottled it within 2 minutes. So the opposition, I guess, kind of meaningless in that sense. 6 pointers, I know they are a big thing and they matter, but I just take those 4 points, whomever they are.
Yeah.
Is Bournemouth this Saturday?
No, it was a weekend off now for Villa.
Yeah, because we play midweek, then League Cup, and then
There
Bournemouth.
was talk of them all going away, but obviously with the league game,
Yeah.
we're preparing for that next week. Massive game, trying to get to Wembley as well. So
I can just go to Star City for a break. Just down the road, watch a few films. We're going to bowling, mega bowl.
So, before we end, Watford tomorrow, what's your prediction?
I want to go for a 1-1. I think, I'll go for a draw. Watford are banging form at now. Is Sarr down the wing? He's electric at the moment.
Is he injured?
Is Sarr?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I dreamt that. Is he
Don't know.
injured?
I don't know,
Suspended?
mate.
Something? I'm sure I've seen something somewhere saying that he won't be
But
playing.
then, like, the way Sarr and
That's definitely
Delafeu
wrong.
played, it's
Yeah,
like
Delafeu's a danger.
you drop one, you still have the other.
Yeah.
They ripped Villa apart, and they'll have an opportunity to counter more because Villa have to play on the front foot, I guess. So that's just going to be a massive, massive danger for me. The way they put the fear into me when I was watching that Vicarage Road, that was scary. Like, I mean, it must have been Matt Targett who was playing, and he went down injured, but he was getting run ragged.
Was he?
By him, absolutely run ragged, and we weren't playing the back three at the time though. So
The talk is, and it's a rumour at this point, is that Sarr has done his hamstring against Tottenham.
Well, that'd be a bullet boost because he's been banging for.
Never
Not the
nice
players that Decore's quality as
Never
well.
nice to see a player
driving
injured,
force.
but against Villa, don't care.
I know, yeah. So. I'll keep Deeney quiet.
Yes, that's the main thing, isn't it? He will score. That's my prediction. I'm not going to predict the game. It's home, so I want us to win, but Deeney will score.
I'll go for a 2-1 Villa
Death
win.
taxes and Deeney scoring against Villa.
Yeah.
That's the 3 guarantees. What about yourself?
2-1 Villa win.
Yes, mate.
Love it.
Yes, love that.
Why didn't you
Okay.
just do it if you were so happy? Why didn't you
Yeah, but I don't want to say it and look like an idiot after the game. Put that on you instead.
Comfortable 3-0, isn't it?
Yeah, mate. So, I think that brings us to a close of episode 10. Our first set of 10 done. Enjoying the podcasts?
Yeah. Well, it was much better this week, obviously, for reasons I've explained. But yeah, really enjoying them. Fans getting involved as well. Loads of questions coming in.
Good views. Good 1,000 subscribers on YouTube as well now.
Class, that is.
That's mad. I've seen. We started this before, and I thought, yeah, we'll probably be all right. Like I've got good expectations for it, but we're way ahead of my schedule. So yeah, I'm happy with how it's going. I'm loving that people are so kind of invested in it already enough to want their question heard from us three, which is nice. So yeah, happy days.
Solid debut as well from James.
Yeah, I think you'll be back, mate.
Thank you.
8 out of 10 in the player ratings.
Yeah.
The player ratings are the hardest thing I had to do.
They're hard,
You give someone a 4.
Oh,
if I was against Watford, I just gave everyone a flat 5 because I was told 5 was crap. It's like, why have you given them a 5?
I'll give it 3.5. I have El Ghazi. Where was it? Sorry, Anwar. Can't think. Southampton at home, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, just fancy stuff like you don't have to do like player rate. Like that is pressure.
It is.
Like that is
huge.
severe.
Yeah, I'll give it Vassilev a 5 at the weekend. It's harsh, that was, because when he come on he changed it, so I bumped it up last night quickly. Hoping no one noticed. Give him a 6. They are hard. I change them all the time.
No one noticed.
5 should
Tell
be
thousands
average.
of people on a podcast.
5 should be like, he was alright, but it's not, because people look at Football Manager and if you get a 6 you're like crap, ain't you?
Yeah.
So the way people scale ratings, it's
I'll
hard.
do like Football Manager kind of thing, but when Villa win, everyone's a 10. No, 9s. Go on.
Why have you give Douglas Luiz an 8? He should be a 9. It's like there's a little difference, a tiny little difference.
I know. I'm not used to this journalism world.
These ratings, man.
Player ratings.
I'm just going to nick them from who scored next time.
Yeah.
I'll just say stupid things on it.
They do say that.
Just go 7, 6.5.
I'll just say stupid things on a podcast for an hour instead and hope that no one will notice that I've said something stupid in there. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you, James, for joining us. We'll get your rota shifted around more often, I think, so you can come and
the rota's not shifted. I'm still in work, mate.
Yeah, but this is work, isn't it? This is just great. This is work now.
3 till 11, mate.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. So thank you very much for listening to episode 10 of the Claret podcast, or watching if you're on YouTube. Get in the comments and we'll have a little bit of a chat. I'm sure you'll jump in there and speak to people as well. Fight, yeah, do what you want. iTunes reviews. Get them in if you can. We'd love to hear you saying nice things about us, because sort of
makes you feel good.
Lifts our ego a bit, doesn't it? No egos, definitely not. So yeah, thank you very much for listening. Here's to 3 points for Villa on Tuesday. 3 points to Villa whenever we play. That's what we need. A bit more positivity. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Up the Villa.
Up the Villa. Announce Samatta.
Thank you for listening to Claret and Blue, an Aston Villa podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please let us know. We love hearing your feedback. We'll be back soon with another episode. Until then, up the Villa.